Hi guys, this is Sharon and today I'll be showing you how to make this phone pouch, and it's worked up in shell stitch, which is very easy to do. What I like about this pouch is that it has a compartment where you can put not just your phone but other stuffs inside as well, and this will keep your phone from getting scratched. I have used 4 kinds of yarn: white, terracotta, orange, and peach, and you can use whatever yarn you like. It's a medium weight yarn. It could fit a 6 by 3 inches smartphone, and just in case you want to customize the size, just chain in multiples of 6 until you can wrap it around the phone. But I'm gonna show you how to do that in the video, so I hope you stay tuned and watch till the end of the video. So for this project, I'm using number 6 hook, and I am using a white yarn for my foundation, and I will be working in multiples of 6, so I'm gonna chain 60. So after I keep chaining in multiples of 6, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to wrap this chain around this way. So I do it horizontally and then make sure it fits like that. Once you think it fits enough, then we're now going to close off the ring. So make sure it's not twisted. So we're gonna form a slip stitch on the first stitch, and then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. In the next stitch, we're going to work our next double crochet. So for this round, we're working a foundation stitch for our shell stitch. So you're just going to continue working 1 double crochet in every stitch around. So once you get back around, you're going to slip stitch to a new color. So on the first double crochet, which is chain 3, you're then going to slip stitch into the color you prefer for your next round of shell stitch. And then work a slip stitch right there. And then make sure to cut the white yarn after and tie it at the back. And then after that, we're now going to start with a shell stitch, skipping 2 stitches, and on the 3rd stitch I'm going to work 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Make sure it's all in the same stitch. 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to skip 2 stitches again and work a slip stitch. So we made one shell stitch. So to make another one, we skip 2 stitches and 5 double crochets into the third stitch. So I'm working on my last shell stitch now. So if you're planning to change color of the shell stitches in every round, so when you slip stitch, make sure to join the new color of yarn. So I'll be slip stitching into a new color this time with the orange color, and I'm going to tie both tails at the back. So you tie both tails at the back and weave in the ends later. So we're doing the half of the shell stitch. So we're going to start chaining 3. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 more double crochets in the same stitch. So we're going to finish the shell stitch once we get back around, and then we're going to work a slip stitch in the middle of the shell stitch, which is the third one. So that's what you're gonna do, and then work a shell stitch again on top of the slip stitch. So this 2 rounds are the ones that you're going to repeat alternately until you get to the height you want for the phone pouch. So you will just simply repeat round 2 and 3. So in here I'm working my last slip stitch, and then after that I'm gonna work 2 more double crochets in the same stitch where I did my first 3 double crochets to complete the shell stitch of this round, and then I will slip stitch into a different color. So to start the 4th round, you're going to slip stitch to a new color if you're ever changing your color, and then after that tie both tails at the back. So once you tie both tails at the back, you can weave in the ends later. I'm using another color, which is peach, and then after that you can go ahead and work a double crochet on top of the slip stitch, and in this round you will work a shell stitch on top of every slip stitch, and then you're going to work a slip stitch in the middle of the shell stitch of the previous round. So this project is really easy, and you can make any phone covers, or maybe you can turn this into an iPad cover. You can use different kinds of yarn. If you want a bigger size, you can use a bigger hook, probably 5mm hook, or a medium weight yarn. Once you get back around, and if you were using a different color, so before you slip stitch, just insert the hook on top of the first slip stitch you made, and then insert the new color of the yarn. So in here I'm going back to the terracotta color, and then I'm going to tie both tails at the back, and then I will start with the chain 3 and then 2 more double crochets in the same stitch. So I'm working only half of the shell stitch, but once I get back around, I'm going to finish this shell stitch. So after this, I'm going to work a slip stitch into the middle of the shell stitch, and that's it. And I will be repeating the same steps as what I did on round 2. I'm on my last row of shell stitch, and this is going to be the end of the last row, in which I'm going to work 2 more double crochets to complete the shell stitch. And this is gonna be the center part, and this is going to be where I am going to insert the loop so that I can attach a button here, and then this is where I will be adding the lock for this cell phone pouch. And later on I'm going to show you how we're going to close this off. So just chain up to get the right size of the button that you have available. So maybe I'll chain 10. I'm going to chain 12, and then in the same stitch where I did a slip stitch, I'm going to work another slip stitch, and then I will continue working the shell stitch on top of the slip stitch. So this is the loop for the button that I'm going to attach later, and then I will just keep on working the shell stitch to end this round. So to end this round, I'm going to work a slip stitch on top of the first double crochet, which is chain 3, and then I'm going to fasten it off. So this is where I will place the button, and then I'm going to close off the bottom right here. So after fastening off, we're going to turn the inside out, and you can weave in the ends first. So now, after weaving in all the ends, we are now going to close off the bottom of the phone pouch, and you can use the white yarn to close up the bottom so that they have the same color. So to close this off, turn the inside out, and then make sure that the loop is in the center. And then after that, we are ready to close off. You can work a whip stitch if you'd like. Whichever way you want is just okay. I'm using a smaller hook, which is number 5, and you can start by working on both loops you can start with working one single crochet. So make sure that you're catching both loops on both edges, and then bury the tail as you go along. And just work one single crochet on both loops to close the bottom until you get to the end of the until you get here. I'm on my last stitch now, and so I'm going to turn it over and let's see if the bottom is perfect. So make sure that you're catching both loops so that the bottom is looking good, and then that's it. So we made a phone pouch, so you can just put the pouch inside. And then add a button to close. Right? Now there's another way of making another space, like for example, you want to add some cards or anything, so you want like a separator inside, or a divider, or whatever you call that. You can just simply work a few more rows of one single crochet in every stitch. So by doing that, you will be creating like a divider inside that will make two compartments for the phone and for other things you might want to put inside. So this separator will protect your phone from getting scratched by another things that you might want to put inside. So you can just simply work after chaining one, just simply turn it and then work a single crochet in the very first stitch where your chain one is, and just simply work one single crochet in every stitch. So to make sure that you're creating a rectangle, every row must have the same number of stitches. So just keep working, and then when you get here, chain one and then turn. So when you get to the height you want for the compartment or separator, you can just fasten off and then leave in the ends first. I made about 16 rows of one single crochet in every stitch, but if you'd like to make it a one double crochet in rows, then it's totally up to you. And make sure that this is the wrong side, because we're going to flip it over, and this is what it looks like inside. And then you can put your phone on this side, and then other things on this side. Maybe you can add some bills or anything, or maybe some money. And there you go. You just need to add some button. So I will be adding this bead for the button of this purse, and you could add any buttons you like for this project. So I changed my mind. I just used a bead, but a heart-shaped bead instead, because I think that the color is almost similar to the colors that I've used for this project. So when you're choosing the button, make sure that it coordinates with the color of the yarn that you're using. So this kind of purse fits a 6 by 3 inches phone. I think that is the size for any regular smartphone, and I have used a medium weight yarn for this one. So you can use a number 6 hook for creating this pouch, including the shell stitch, and maybe you can work a smaller hook when you are working on with the piece here. So it creates another compartment so that you can add whatever you want, like small pieces of paper or whatever, and that's it. It's really nice and great as gifts if you're planning to make a lot of these kinds of project for holiday season, for Christmas. So it's just very easy, and the stitch is in multiples of 6. Alright, and as you can see, the bottom is neatly closed, and we used 1 single crochet on both edges to close off the bottom. And that's it. Hope you like this video. If you like it, please do not forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. And also if you're new to my channel, you can check back on my past videos, and I'll be putting all the pictures after this video so that you might want to check back on them, and you can try if you could add it for your next projects. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.